Hey everyone, how's it going? Bowser the Healer here, and yeah, you read that title right. I'm raiding. It's been a really fun time. I finally found a Mythic guild. They recruited me via one of the Discord recruitment servers, and they're really fun. Their name is Crab Rave. They're over on Illidan, and again, just wonderful people to work with. They've put a smile on my face every single raid night. I could not be happier right now. And shout out to my last guild, Toast. Starfalls and friends are all homies of mine, and I wish them the best. They're a little more heroic focused right now. Some of them do a mythic raid, but I wanted to find a group with like dedicated raid nights that were like 2 nights a week and worked well with my schedule. And they do work well with my current schedule. So it's been a treat. My favorite part about raiding is parsing. Not healing parsing, damage parses. I don't know what it is about me, but the Mythic Plus player in me has to do damage. And so far, I've gotten like nothing but 97 damage parses and like 198. I'll have 2 of them here right now on screen. Until I get permission from everyone in the raid group to post my logs, I don't want to post logs of raid. I'll try to get like an auto uploader for like my Mythic Plus runs and stuff so you guys can check out all my runs, but I just don't want to like do that without permission. That's why I'm only really showing my damage parses. Heal parses, I have a whole spiel on heal parsing as a raider, and it's that like healing parses are kind of stupid because like if the raid lived, then like what's the point of the parse? And if we all died, like we have to check, was it because of healer problems, right? Like did we run out of mana, or did we not have a cooldown to cover that, or something like that, right? And right now we're not running into like big heal checks as a team, so I'm running a very damage oriented build that I will show you all soon and I'll get roasted for, but it has been a ton of fun. So okay, my first on the 4 bosses that I'm fighting right now. Aranog's easy. If you've done Aranog on heroic, you've almost done it on mythic. There's one big ad you have to kick, and then there's 2 rings of circle, and you have to kill the outside one, then the inside one, and that's going to allow you to pass back through to Aranog. We've one and done to this boss every single week, so Aranog's pretty easy. Primal Council is the heroic fight, but I think the only change is the damage values and the lava pools on the ground, the fire pools, they get smaller when people clear their stacks. So you want to spend as little time in there as possible and clear your stacks at 5 ice stacks. This fight, I think the biggest problem I see with this in pugs is that players get antsy. As long as you're clean and you move out of the way of players and you don't pass electric circles around, the damage is low, you clear the spires, and everything is fine. It's a really chill fight. There's no real enrage, so you just need to keep everyone alive and keep doing the same old thing, and this fight will go down pretty easily. And Taros took us a little too long, I think, on our first night, but I would safely say it's on farm now. Aranog's a lot like Blazehoof from Ruby Life Pools in that like you have to learn the dance, but once you know the dance, it is very easy. I find the toughest part about this fight is not healing, it's not the damage, it's just that there's no room to play. So like when you bait slam, you gotta move, right? Like when you get those pillars down, get away from that broken ground. Clear your stacks immediately or else. Like you just gotta be like super tight with all of your timings, but as long as you respect those mechanics, you can just kind of drag the boss down. You do need a certain amount of damage to kill before the soft enrage of the entire ground is damaged and you can't survive very long. But I found that wasn't super hard when everyone was upright, so it's just a matter of following mechanics. Senarth, on the other hand, God, okay, the only games I've ever liked ice physics in are Kaizo Mario ROM hacks for Mario World and like Fortnite. God, Mario 64 ice sucks. Every other game I can think of right now, the ice sucks. And this is no better. The ice here is terrible, and it's spiders. It's spiders in ice. Anyway, this fight sucks because there's not a lot of hard healing checks. There are a few, right? When you all are stacked up nice and tight, and then you have to spread out from the dot and you all take 1,000,000 damage. That's kind of spooky. But it's getting people up the staircase and having them not die to Gossamer Burst, not having the pull kill people. That's it. Like that's what really gets me, is keeping everyone alive in that fight. And my guild is doing a good job. The Mythic Raid team, they're doing a good job, but that's where we're losing people. We're losing people on the stairs, and I don't plan on flaming anyone. I know some of them are going to be watching this. I have a few ideas for how we can clean it up. and I want to speak up a little bit more about them. I just didn't want to come off as like some know-it-all my first week, because I'm not a know-it-all when it comes to raids. My first 2 weeks with them. But that being said, like, I see some of the things that are going wrong in a raid as a healer, and I need to point them out a bit better, because I feel like you get such a unique perspective as a healer. I just want to be as helpful as I can be. So I've already started that conversation, so hopefully next week we're probably taking down Senarth, no problem, and moving on with the raid. And speaking of moving on, let me show you my talents. I'm gonna get flamed. Here they are. So you might have noticed I'm running a lot of damage. You'd be right, I'm running damage. Right now I'm running Time Spiral to help with Gossamer Burst and or the Staircase in Senarth. And of course, Source of Magic is just a really nice way to get some mana to someone. Me and the other Preservation Evokers share this with each other, and it does help quite a bit. But yeah, over here, so the idea is just having a decent amount of healing on Dream Breath, right? Not maxed out, but pretty darn close. I'm running Double Rewind because I find this is super helpful. If something bad happens on the Staircase and like people took too much damage with the spread mechanic and going up the staircase, Double Rewind seems to help. Mathematically, I think Temporal Artificer is better, but I also find that like we have enough healing and mitigation that it's just enough, and I'm getting about 3 of them off in a fight, so it's working okay. I'm pretty chill about these talents. I can move them, and you might be going, Bowser, really? You're running the damage talents? Look, I already sold you. A, I like parsing. B, we have only one like spot healer right now in the form of a Holy Priest as our like 5th optional healer, right? Like I think they're flexible and they go DPS as well. Look, all I'm saying is having this not only helps with spot healing, but it also helps with damage, and that combined with Ouroboros means that I can echo Living Flame 2 to 3 people up to full health relatively quickly. It's done a lot of work for me, but also like let's say we decide to run an extra DPS for Senarth and we go to 4 healers, I have no problem removing these 4 points to go into Grace Period and Dream Flight, something a little more traditional, or maybe even swapping one of those points over to Time of Need, just to help with any disaster scenarios that may occur. But it's been fun. It's been working. My healing's been just fine, and I'm having a blast. It's been really just wonderful, just learning how to raid. I've never really had a prog group for Mythic, and everyone's willing to learn, everyone's willing to talk things out. It's a pretty fun environment. So I'm looking forward to playing with all of you. For all of you from Crab Rave, I hope you know how excited I am to keep playing with all of you. And I'll update you all every once in a while on raid. I think I'll probably provide more raiding insight next year, because you know, as long as nothing happens, I plan to raid with this group right next year, and I'll be able to give you that like week 1, week 2 impressions sort of deal. I don't plan on talking to like making like rating guides, because I really want to focus on the Mythic Plus side of things, but I'll keep you all updated. But that's it from me. We have a lot of MDI coming up on this weekend, so I'm going to do my best to focus on it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.